We want to welcome everyone to our program today. It's going to be a question and answer session with Dr. Prasad. Those of you that have questions already lined up, I suggest for you to go ahead and throw your hands in the air right now because we're going to be going down the line based upon how quickly you are as far as asking your question. And also, the less being inhibited about answering, about talking, the more we gonna talk. So now you didn't come here to hear Bernard talk. You didn't come to hear Jeff talk. You came to hear Dr. Prasad answer your questions. So it's going to be very important to get those questions up. Jeff, I'm going to have you to come on right now. Hopefully we can go ahead and spotlight each other. And I think that you have, let me see, is Jeff anywhere around here?
There we go.
Okay. Okay, very good. This week we've been very busy with the release of GLP-1. I'm gonna tell you something. Man, Ozempic man is doing some crazy stuff out here, Jeff. Well, you sent me that video, and those of you that did not get the video, hopefully somebody take it and put it in the chat because that video was an hour. I had to look at it over and over and over, and there are some doctors down here in Georgia that are actually looking at your video. And when you came up with what Ozempic is doing and how GLP-1 weight loss is doing, man, I tell you, that was just an incredible story. So, Jeff, welcome to the program, and we're going to get as soon as possible into Dr. Kedar Prasad questions. Well, go ahead and give us a little bit about what's going on here.
Well, thank you, Bernard, for putting this together. And we're on Jonathan Jones' channel, and I know he had an incredibly successful meeting yesterday, broadcasting live from Albany, Georgia. I mean, a room full of people, plus what was broadcast out on Zoom and also on YouTube yesterday afternoon. It was our pleasure to be part of that, just a small part as we were traveling. Anyway, you're right, Bernard. This time, where we're at in the history of the world, with so many people looking for help in some way, some sort of fashion, from first of all, being overweight. 7 out of 10 Americans are obese. And they're obese because we're not getting what we need through our diet. We're getting a lot of empty calories, those that are completely depleted from any nutritional value. And it's doing nothing other than just adding to our circumference. And
wow. Yeah. Well, Jeff, that means that the people today, if they have any questions about that, they can ask that. Is that correct or is that not correct?
Absolutely. In fact, I didn't know with the people that are on today, if we wanted to take 10 minutes and just watch that video that you referenced, so that they feel comfortable sharing it with others.
Yeah, Jeff, you want to read the
absolutely, Dr. Prasad. Thank you. He keeps us on track here.
He does keep us on track.
let's
before you play it though, Jeff. We're going to go directly into the questions, people, after this video. So if you have questions, please ask them. And it can be about any of the products but we're not going to get into, I went to my doctor where I did this and I did that. Those are questions that you want to kind of be respectful. I'm going to make sure, as we mentioned, that we're going to take that clock and make sure we keep everybody within that 2 to 3 minute realm. So, Jeff, go ahead and share that video with us, and then afterwards we'll open it up to the questions.
Let me do the disclaimer first. I'll do that first.
Yeah, after that.
Then we'll watch the video. And thank you, Dr. Prasad, for reminding us. All right, so everybody, here's the disclaimer. I'm just going to pull it up here onto the screen. Here we go. These statements and comments have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This information is solely for educational purposes only and includes recent advances in research on micronutrients. Engage, the micronutrient company, does not claim that our products diagnose, treat, cure, heal, or prevent any disease or injury. However, Engage's products are formulated to address nutritional deficiencies and supply the body with the required nutrients. It's important to note that nothing here is meant to be a substitute for professional medical treatment or a consultation with your primary health care provider. So that having been taken care of, I'll remove those words And then just kind of as a little stage to set up this video, I created it, just sat down in front of the camera and shared my thoughts with where we're at in history. And it's so incredible because we have Dr. Kedar Prasad on the line here with us today. And with 88 connections, we know that there's probably over 100 people that are participating right now just on Zoom alone, plus what's going out on YouTube. And I want to share with you your opportunity to take the video that you're going to see right now and share it with others. We're encouraging you to do that. Since Thursday, we've had almost 650 views. That's individuals saying, hey, yeah, you should take a look at this because of the timing, because of where we're at in the history of the world. And so let's just in fact, this is Dr. Prasad hasn't seen this video yet. I was hoping that we get a chance to share it and show the video here today. But before I started, let me I'll put this in the chat. This is the link. I know it looks really long, but it is a Zoom link. I just recorded it, and I'm hosting it in Zoom. As I mentioned, we're almost 650 views in just the last 4 days. It's 10 minutes long. Here it is in the chat. You can copy and paste that out of the chat. But let's just watch this 10 minutes together, and then we'll discuss that as we go. So here we are. Hi, Ashby. Over the last several months, I've realized that we need hope for weight loss. In fact, 7 out of 10 Americans are either overweight or obese. So we saw it during the Super Bowl when multi-million-dollar commercials were created around drugs for weight loss, like GLP-1. In fact, those of you on social media have seen things like this before.
You might have heard of Wegovy, Mounjaro, or Ozempic, but they're super popular on TikTok and Instagram.
I lost so much weight so fast that I was like, oh my God, this is magic. This is amazing.
I'm going to start Wegovy because I am a plus size individual and I don't want to be plus size anymore and I want to be healthier.
I lost 75 pounds in 7 months, and I've had a lot of people asking me, how did I do it? But do you know how they work?
GLP-1 is a gut hormone that you and myself produce, and it has multiple effects around the body. So it signals the pancreas to produce insulin when glucose or blood sugars are high. It sends signals to GLP receptors in certain parts of your brain, but almost an appetite suppressant. It slows down the emptying of your stomach, so it makes you feel full to eat less.
The catch? You'll have to take it every week, potentially for the rest of your life. And there can be some side effects like nausea, vomiting, and headache. But it also means you won't crave things like this.
So let's take the next 10 minutes and just see what GLP-1 is. They are agonists that originally were created to manage diabetes. But really what we've come to learn is that they're just synthetics that mimic the natural hormones in the body. In fact, just like in the video, you saw that there are receptor sites in many different organ groups around the body. But the natural way is for these hormones to go in and interact with the receptor sites naturally. But when you're stuffing an entire pen, an injection of synthetics into your body, it causes issues just like this. It's like a Mack truck slamming into a brick wall, because that's the way that our body feels when these receptor sites are attacked by synthetics. In fact, people are seeing that around us, those that are on these synthetics are having some challenges. In fact, I'd like to share a heartbreaking story here with you from Avery. She's a singer, and she has her own Ozempic warning to all of us.
I just left the doctor's office. I went to get a checkup because I've been off of Ozempic for 2 months now, and I just wanted to see if my body was in better condition, if there were any permanent damages. Kind of in shock right now because I wasn't expecting this. But I guess Ozempic can cause bone density loss. And I didn't think that that would happen to me because I was only on it for a year. But I have significant bone loss. I have osteoporosis and osteopenia. So that, I don't know, there's like several of them that I have. I wasn't expecting that. But that's what happens if you use Ozempic for weight loss and you lose too much weight.
an unnatural approach is going to cause what looks just like here on my screen. You know, there are other things that are happening. In fact, I'm going to share Dr. Bosworth with you as she talks about Ozempic.
Ozempic should not be allowed for weight loss. Mark my word, put them in a time capsule and open it in 15 years. Ozempic has a remarkable weight loss, but what they didn't focus on is that when these people are losing weight, they are losing muscle mass at a way higher rate than they should. As you play this forward, especially in elder patients, when you lose that much muscle mass, you cannot gain it back without extreme measures. The chemistry behind how they're losing that weight is really a starvation weight loss. This is the kind of weight loss that will decrease their immune system, decrease their bone density, decrease their muscle mass, and decrease their longevity.
Wow, that's just pretty scary. Don't want to leave you there because there is hope. And what I'm going to share with you is Dr. Kedar Prasad. He holds a patent for micronutrient formulations for the treatment of diabetes mellitus. Yes, back in 2009, the government granted this to Dr. Prasad because of his approach to health, multiple micronutrients to help balance our systems. And we're seeing it here with the patent. Now, if you want to know more about Dr. Prasad, there's a 40-page science booklet called The Science Behind MicroDaily, the world's most scientifically validated micronutrient supplements. In this publication, if you go to the very end of it, as it talks about Dr. Prasad, it gives a listing of all of his published works. These are his books. These are the book covers, and you can see here many contributions to humanity through his understanding of micronutrients and the human body. In fact, it also references 10 additional patents that Dr. Prasad holds. Just get back with the person who shared this video with you and ask for your copy of The Science Behind MicroDaily. But this really set the stage for what is happening next. What I'm sharing with you is a screenshot of the evening where David Nemelka, the owner of Engage, introduced us to Dr. Prasad's son, Che, who is his apprentice. Now, Dr. Prasad Jr., or Che, is trained in the medical background. He works in a hospital setting every day as a medical pathologist, so he understands drugs. He understands the body's reactions to them. And so this father-son team has gotten together, and they've helped us understand that we really need to balance hormones. So just like Dr. Prasad Sr. talked about, we're balancing our nutrition. We are also balancing our microbiome. And now this is the final frontier of balancing hormones. So it's not just GLP-1, it's also GIP. Let's look at a diagram of the gastrointestinal tract. You can see there in green GIP, and the arrows are where GIP is created, and GLP-1 is created in two entirely separate and distinct areas. In fact, let me read this. It says GLP-1 is secreted from the endocrine L cells, mainly found in the distal ileum and colon, while GIP is released from the K cells located in the duodenum and jejunum. So these Dr. Prasad's understanding, when we balance these hormones, look at all of the organ groups that are going to benefit from the balance of these hormones, because there are receptor sites in all of these areas. So what is it we're talking about? Something really exciting. And tonight, introducing GLP-1 Boost. This is the first product where Dr. Prasad and Dr. Prasad have teamed up to give us an incredible opportunity to do this naturally. In fact, this boosts your body's own GLP-1 and GIP hormones through 9 different herbs for weight loss. In fact, it's all natural. And this is the way that we want to look as we are losing weight so that we maintain our health. Look at the difference between a natural approach and synthetic injectables. I mean, a strike difference between these two. And, you know, it all comes down to right here. It's the ingredients. If this is patent pending, there's 9 different ingredients that are listed here. I'd like you to hear from our manufacturing partner as he talks about how unique this formula is in the industry.
The second thing, other than the uniqueness of these raws, the second thing that jumped out at me was the careful unique care that Dr. Prasad has taken in formulating this formula. It is unique to anything that I've ever seen.
So truly an all-natural approach with all natural ingredients. So Dr. Prasad was asked this question.
There we go, Dr. Prasad. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. Sure. I want everybody to hear your answer. I wanted to look you in the face. I mean, you're turning 90, so I know you're going to be 100% authentic because you have nothing to lose at 90 other than you're going to live a lot longer. Yeah. When we talked to you, I remember you and I and Robin and Che and others have been working on this product for quite a while. And we said, Dr. Prasad, what is your level of confidence that this product will impact people and their weight in an effective way? What's your level of confidence in this product? 100%.
The holder of so many patents looks right at us and he says 100% effective. That means 7 out of 10 could benefit from the use of this product. So why are we here tonight to get together? It's this. The company is launching GLP-1 Boost February 26th at 6 p.m. There is a buy 2, get 1 free offer that is happening from right now. When you are hearing about this until the 26th, get back with the person who shared this video with you and ask how you can participate prior to the launch, because truly hope is here. So I'm telling you, thanks for spending a few minutes here with us and getting to know a little bit more about a natural approach to weight loss. Hope really is here. Bye-bye. Wow. So I changed clothes that fast, and here I am, same brick wall behind me. But you know what? In 10 minutes, I'm already seeing the number of people that have that hope again, that are encouraged, and to see Dr. Prasad, watching Dr. Prasad, and his statements, his contributions, and that smile that is on his face. Bernard, it is such a pleasure of mine to be here and be at this time and place in history where so many people need what Dr. Prasad has created. Truly, it's 10 days. 10 days from right now is all that we have until that launch. That's on the 26th. And then from there...
The end of the month is it. The end of... No, it's run to the 28th, ain't it? I think it's running to the end of the month now, David said.
It is. We're going to have the buy 2, get 1 free until the end of the month. Wow. But that's 12 days. So we have 10 days from tonight, 12 days from tonight. And... you know, it's grateful that we have Dr. Prasad here with us. So I'm going to add him up here. This is our Ask Dr. Prasad evening. Y'all have heard enough from me, but I'm going to just for those the 116 that we have here, I will post that again so that you can use that link. Send that out to individuals. It covers a lot of topics, and truly, at the end of the day, it's designed to just give them hope that there is a natural approach, because 7 out of 10 people are challenged with this. So let's here we'll Dr. Prasad.
All right, before everybody come on, we just want everybody to know that as soon as you ask the question, the 3-minute mark starts. And Dr. Prasad will be answering very briefly, straight to the point. It will not be allowed to ask question after question after question. So we want to make sure that everyone gets an opportunity to get their questions answered today. Just keep an eye out. I have a clock that's going to be showing on the screen.
Okay. All right. We're looking for that first question from someone. This is we got 40 minutes left. So
okay, here we go. We had a bunch of hands that was ready. There you go.
Looks like Jeannie Ortiz, go ahead.
Yes, that's me, Jeannie. Hi.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, great. Hi, Dr. Prasad. I've been using your Microdaily EMF as well as some of the other products for quite a while. And I'm a wellness practitioner, and I have a client that has severe curvature of the spine. And is there anything that you can point me to or tell me about? Do you have any experience with the Microdaily EMF benefiting this situation?
No, we don't have experience. It could be genetic or it is because of the injury.
In this case, I believe it was an injury, yes.
It's a genetic. So in case
No,
of
no, no, injury.
it is injury. Now, if it is injury long time ago, at least it
It
can
was
heal it, and
right.
can help in healing process, and also together with this, say, does it take probiotics as well? Probiotics with
So,
prebiotics.
so just one more question, because I know you don't want us rapid firing. I recently doubled my dose because I'm a 40-year traumatic brain injury survivor, and I'm finding it's giving me more energy. I've been off
Sure.
coffee for about a year, and it's giving me that surge that I need in the afternoon that I used to get from coffee. And so, do you often recommend that somebody double a dose? Is there, I mean, from what I understand, you can't take too much of this.
Yeah, but the doubling dose is safe, and if you feel it is good, I think there is no toxicity involved here. And but suppose you decided, well, I had enough, and you want to go only once, one-time dose, and then make sure you gradually reduce it, not suddenly. But taking it twice is not very hard. It will be helpful, especially if you are feeling more energy. Continue to do so.
Thank you.
Okay, Jeff, we move on to we do have some questions on the chat too, but let's move on to Joyce Stanley, please.
Yes, my question is just trying to understand our gut biome. When I was a kid, Dr. Prasad, I was very skinny. So, and as we get older, we all seem to put on this weight. So I was wondering, is this what we had in our gut biome? It worked better when we were kids or young. Was the GLP, the production of it at all, and the GIP, was it something that was helping us digest our food until food actually destroyed our gut?
No, they work. There are some vegetarian food like broccoli, and they produce GLP. Some nuts, they produce GLP-1. But when GLP is produced, they get quickly destroyed. If you have taken a diet one day, next day you may not have the same thing, but GLP lasts only 1.5 minutes. And so I think, but when your question is that the gut biome, it is very important that all people who are getting older, say 45 or 50 years older, as you grow older, with or without any disease, if you have a disease, you will have definitely what we call intestinal dysbiosis, means number of harmful bacteria have increased in your gut and number of beneficial bacteria decreased. We use the word, technical term is intestinal dysbiosis. So intestinal dysbiosis participate in an aging process with or without disease. If you have disease, it will be much severe. If it is not disease, it will be quicker. Therefore, it is very important to have and only one way you can reverse the harmful effect of the intestinal dysbiosis is taking the probiotics with prebiotics. And this is another very important function of probiotics, which is not apparent with everybody, is that when you produce GLP, say, for example, any agent, what we call the agonist, which binds with the receptor and increases the GLP-1 level. But then the cell has to secrete out GLP, cannot accumulate it because, and rate of secretion outside from this slow. So what probiotics does that it produces during fermentation process, it produces butyric acid, short-chain fat, 4-carbon fatty acids. Like one example would be butyric acid. And butyric acid then allows the accumulation of calcium within the L cell, which produces a GLP-1. And when that happens, the excess calcium forces the GLP to excrete out more rapidly So your blood has more available GLP-1 otherwise. And so this is very important. One of the another important functions of the probiotics is that it allows the excretion of GLP-1 much faster than otherwise.
Well, beautiful.
All
And
right.
thank you for the probiotics.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
That this is amazing. I mean, I never thought of that. I was thinking that it just helps in because if you have intestinal dysbiosis, they produce a lot of pro-inflammatory cytokines. And as you know, pro-inflammatory cytokines is very toxic to all your cells, and gradually you get all kind of disease. And so that's
Very
why
good.
the cell is very important. But then I found additional function because that's my job is to do research because this is not my work. It is just was there, but I didn't know about it.
All right, Jeff. All right, we're gonna move. If Beth is on, she may have a couple of the chat questions. I'm not sure.
Let's go to Beth in the chat questions, and then we'll come back with Colette and Marie.
I'm gonna mute out here, Jeff. Here you go.
Well, while we're waiting for Beth to come forward with the chat questions, why don't we go ahead and go with Colette and then Marie. So go ahead, Colette. We will pull you up onto the screen. You'll need to unmute yourself. Go for it.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for taking my question. I'm a wellness practitioner, and I have tried Mycodaily Hydro with a number of clients, and they are doing well with it. Usually my approach is to help combat the inflammation, and wherever it is, they have resolved, whether it's Parkinson, whether it's diabetes or anything else. Now, because my approach is to reduce the inflammation, I don't see clearly the reason why I would switch to Mycodaily EMF, because we're all exposed to it, and it comes down to inflammation. So
yeah, I mean, if you are very happy with the original product, EMF is the only advantage of EMF is that these days we have a electromagnetic radiation, computer-driven Wi-Fi. There's a lot of EMF radiation is emitted, and one of the function of emitted, as you know, many people get very sick with EMF radiation. And so we added a fourth product in the original Microdaily was curcumin, resveratrol, quercetin, and green tea extract. And the reason we added these four, because they have been directly tested individually, tested against the EMF radiation and found to be very protective. And so, but if you are not concerned with the EMF radiations, and then whatever you are doing is great, because in the original Microdaily has enough antioxidant that can take care of oxidative stress and inflammation. But adding these four, for example, resveratrol that we added in EMF is very important because this is only not vitamin, but say naturally occur substance which increases the proliferation of mitochondria. And as you know, mitochondria is the major source of energy. And so there are very few agents that can increase the formation of new mitochondria within the cell. And so there are a few advantages there, but there is a more cost. But if you are happy with your product, then I will say continue to do that.
Yeah, would you mean that the EMF formula would also prevent better cancer?
You mean cancer? Now you're talking about cancer?
No, I'm saying.
So that's okay.
Because you mentioned that it works at the mitochondrial level. Mm-hmm. It has curcumin and resveratrol. Mm-hmm. So would that help combat cancer, like prevent it?
Okay. Oh, yeah, definitely. Prevention, yeah. Prevention is very, very important, yeah.
Okay.
Because most of
All
the
right.
time, as you know, formation of cancer is in multiple steps. You have to have a multiple mutation. And when mutation hits the right gene, like tumor suppressor genes or tumor causing genes, then it becomes, so cell can have a mutation all the time. Not all mutations are harmful. But if you reduce the oxidative influx and inflammation, the chances of having a mutation is reduced markedly.
Yeah, I agree with that. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you so much there, Carla. That was a good question. We're gonna go to the chat though for a minute because I think it's very important to not forget them. Someone was asking, what do you suggest someone with liver problems? You got it, Dr. Prasad?
Yes.
What do you suggest for people with liver problems?
Liver problem, I don't know what kind of liver problem. First, again, liver could be many reasons for liver damage. Could be infection, could be somebody got injured, liver gets damaged, could be cancer, could be, many
But
reasons.
it's Alfreda Strong. We'll have her come on since she was the
So,
one that asked that
but
question.
in any case, anything you see injury, any kind of injury, irrespective of the source of injury, except cancer, is that they always involve oxidative stress and inflammation. And so if you could reduce this, you can give a chance that and liver is one of the organs who can regenerate very quickly if the sources of injury is identified or reduced.
Okay, so basically, just a quick 30-second, what do you recommend for situations like that?
There's microdaily, at least microdaily EMF and probiotics.
Okay, very good. There was another question that said, what is the concentration of the L-reuteri culture in the probiotic boost?
What is that?
You see the L-rutin. I guess, Jeff, you have to help me with that culture in the probiotic boost.
Probiotic boost, is very simple. We have all the useful bacteria, beneficial bacteria, like lactobacillus and bifido. There are several strains of each of these group, and then which has in your stomach. But to improve the effectiveness, because these are when you take orally, 60 to 70% are destroyed in acid pH of the stomach. The stomach has very acid, and then goes to intestine is bile acid. So most of them get destroyed. So we added a Bacillus coagulant and Saccharomyces boulardii to a strain additional probiotics, which are heat resistant as well as acid resistant. And that's why our product is so effective in reversing the effect of any potential effect of intestinal dysbiosis.
Very good. So I tell you what, Jeff, we had a few on there, but let's go with the hands now.
Okay.
I'm going to transfer it back to you, Jeff.
Thank you, Bernard. How about Maria? Go ahead. You are next. Your camera's open, and we'll just add your spotlight up here. Go ahead, Maria.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon. My question is, are there contraindications taking blood thinner medications while taking MicroDaily?
No.
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 Okay. Thank you. Thank you. And do you think that MicroDaily can help prevent inflammation of prostate or reduce inflammation of prostate?
Yeah, irrespective of the causes, inflammation will be reduced by micronutrient EMF.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Very good questions. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, Hayden Green. Go ahead, Hayden, and then after that, Ed Howard. Go ahead, Hayden. Your hand is up.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. My question has to do with type 2 diabetes. So the question is, what is the expectation as far as the product stabilizing your type 2 diabetes, your glucose level, that is? Is it expected to correspond to what the numbers are in mainstream expectations, or what's your expectation?
Well, the best would be from type 2 diabetes. is the weight loss formula that we have developed. That would be the best approach. But short of that, since it is not available, and you will take micronutrient, the microdaily EMF, probiotics, and collagen peptides are extremely important, because what happens in a type 2 diabetes, there is an enzyme called DPP4 increases. And when that increases, the flow of the insulin from pancreas to blood gets slowed down. And if your blood doesn't have insulin, it can metabolize glucose. And so, but microdaily has an inhibitor of DPP4 so that insulin can be very easily flow from the pancreas to the blood. So this is very important. Another thing that is not true within your case, that some people get very resistant to insulin. If you get insulin resistance, then what you do? They give especially type 1 diabetes. And then people sometimes start with oral medication and then they give insulin resistance. Then what you do? Well, omega-3 that we have, omega daily, it is named this omega daily that we have, it has a component which can activate a molecule called AKT. And AKT molecule tells glucose transporter protein migrate from the cytoplasm to the cell surface membrane and allow glucose to come in. Otherwise, glucose cannot enter the cell. So there is a lot of advantage for a diabetic patient until we get the weight loss formula available. That will be a dramatic effect there. But until then, I think a micro daily with core 4 would be the best one.
Thank you. So finally, if you're not overweight, any cautions? Are there any cautions to keep in mind if we do decide to take the new product, the GLP-1, and
no, you continue to take what you are taking right now. Just add GLP-1 boost, and that's all really. And then in that scenario, you have to watch it because the effect will be so dramatic that you can get hypoglycemia, and then you have to contact your doctor. Generally, doctor advised to go and take a glass of orange juice, but it is very important to contact doctor, but to do that. But some doctor might recommend something else. And so type 2, people who have already type 2 diabetes and taking oral medications, and if you take the product that you are taking right now, plus the GLP boost, then there is that you may in a week or 2 weeks, or some people may not develop it, but some people may develop it. But definitely it will be almost brings the glucose to a normal level, A1C normal level, and so on.
All right, thank you. Well, I don't think I'll need the GLP-1. I'm already, heading in the lower direction with just what I'm taking right now. So I don't think I'll add that extra risk, so to speak. All right, thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Ed. That was amazing. All right, so Ed Howard, you're next, and then we'll take a couple of questions out of the chat, Bernard. So Ed, there you are, my friend.
Ed.
Greetings, Dr. Prasad and everybody. Really appreciate you taking my question. Dealing with what I've heard is postbiotics has come up a couple of times. And my suspicion is that the probiotic daily basically includes that aspect.
Not getting it.
I believe he's having internet problems up there. So, Jeff, so he's
okay. Can you? I cut off my video because I'm in Bolivia. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Okay. Well, postbiotics, as I understand, are biotics that have died and other things. And could you comment a little bit on the postbiotic issue as to whether
Postbiotic.
the probiotic would, yes.
What do you mean by postbiotics? We have probiotics with
It was
prebiotics.
explained. Yes, yes, and it was explained that in the normal course of affairs, as some of those biotics die, that they form postbiotics, and some schools of thought think that that could be helpful. It looked like to me that was kind of a natural process, and that just might be a bunch of hype on the postbiotics, but I didn't know whether you might be able to comment on
I
that.
don't think there's that I know of anything like postbiotics. You know, the probiotics is the probiotics. With prebiotics,
Yes.
both are needed to ferment the fiber. Probiotics without prebiotics has no role, and that we have in our formulation. So I don't understand, Ed, about postbiotics. What until you send me the formula of postbiotics, I would not know where. I cannot explain.
Okay, I'll send that to you. But it sounds like it's just the regular course of affairs of what happens as the
I mean, in probiotics, there's no. I never in the
and
literature. I've never
the
found
food for the prebiotics
postbiotics.
works its way through the system.
Okay. So if there is some
Okay, well,
different.
thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, great.
All right. So Ed, we have a lot of prebiotics and probiotics. In fact, there's 14 different genus, species, and strain of probiotics,
Yes.
and then the prebiotics to go along with that. And I think that's really all you need to concern yourself with. But it's interesting how people.
Yes, I think that's the same. It was just, it was just somebody made that question.
There's no such thing as postbiotic until I see the
Made
information.
comments about this, and I was just wondering if we could get some clarity on it.
No.
I'll send it to you. Yeah, good. Thank
No,
you.
the question is okay to get a clarity because you have a customer who wants to know it.
Okay, Bernard, you want to take a couple of questions out of the chat, and then we'll go.
Yes, sir.
Cam Brown and Jester.
Well,
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna ask one that's kind of simple, and because Dr. Prasad and I talked about it a couple of days ago. What would be the regular dose of microdaily to prevent cancer? And I think Dr. Prasad kind of told you what that was. So that's gonna be a pretty quick.
Preventing cancer of any kind of human diseases. In all human diseases, oxidative stress, inflammation is involved, and intestinal dysbiosis is involved. And so minimum, you can have a micronutrient EMF or original micronutrient and probiotics with prebiotics. But if you are growing older, I would recommend collagen peptide, in other core 4. And if you are real old, then to have also digestive enzyme. Very simple.
I think they were asking about what's the regular dose, Dr. Prasad, for cancer.
The regular dose is just a preventive dose. For prevention purpose, preventive dose that we have 3 in the morning, 3 in the evening is sufficient. Or one, hydro, if you are taking hydro, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening is sufficient.
Okay. Let me go with the next question. Someone was asking a question about if a customer is taking 3 blood pressure meds along with heart healthy from the heart boost from Dr. Prasad. Do you think 3 blood pressure medications, I guess, and heart healthy could lower the blood pressure or keep it within normal parameters? And I know we've had some experiences on that. Does the heart boost, even though you're on blood pressure medication, does it lower blood pressure? I think is what they're asking.
Yeah. So I think, again, under those kind of conditions, micro daily core 4, and if you have some issue of brain function or eye function, then you add up the brain boost and the eye boost. But they say the blood pressure, again, if it is not reduce your blood pressure by current one, you should consult your doctor. Then maybe they will give some medication. And again, in combination with medication, and you continue to take my healthy nutrition approach that we have.
Yeah, I know we had a lot of people that went on the heart boost.
Yeah.
And what we found it not only lower blood pressure, but a lot of people cholesterol level dropped too.
Yeah,
So
because
that seemed to really help out with that.
Yeah, because of the blood flow is improved.
Excellent, excellent. And perhaps one more. So what is your suggestion for someone who has kidney insufficiency or renal insufficiency?
Yeah, but renal, what kind of renal disease?
All it has is renal insufficiency. I guess it does.
Renal
The kidneys are not getting what it needs.
Yeah, again, suggestion would be the same. Micronutrient, EMF, and core 4. Because inefficiency, reason it is inefficiency because somebody being damaged by oxidative stress and inflammation, and maybe more than normal people. And so I think you can try at least 90 days, and if it becomes good, then this is good. If it not, then you give up and consult your doctor.
Okay. All right, Jeff, back to you.
Thank you, Bernard, for grabbing a couple of those questions. We have Pam Brown and then Lula Jester up, and just a little over 10 minutes left. So S. Tate, Bali, and then Brenda, I think, is going to round out our day. So go ahead, Pam. Pam, you are your hand is up. Go ahead. Your microphone is open. Ask your question for Dr. Prasad. Oh, great. We get to see you too. So there you go, Pam.
Okay, there's vitamin C in the Micro Daily. I have someone that's allergic to vitamin C, and they want to know if it's made with citrus.
Well, sometimes vitamin C allergic, I don't know, because sometimes if you are taking a vitamin C as a ascorbic acid, then it can upset your stomach. But we have a vitamin C as a calcium ascorbate, and it should not do it. But if it does, that means nothing can do. Then you take maybe you can take the at least intestinal dysbiosis, and omega-3, which is good for your health, and some of the product we don't have vitamin C, like Brain Boost. It has some antioxidant, or Eye Boost. It has those can be helpful as well.
You know, Pam, and just my experience with these products over the last 10 plus years, Dr. Prasad has formulated them in such a way that the body isn't singling out certain micronutrients because they come in such a buffered and balanced.
Because sometimes vitamin C can create a acidity so much that you feel like you have allergic reaction. But so I would say try like that. And you have not tried the current formula? Has he tried, or she? Has he tried? Try for a day or two. And if he feels that is still allergic type, allergic reaction is quick. If you take just one dose, you will know it. Just take 3 capsules or even 1 capsule. Just take 1 capsule as an experiment. And 1 capsule has enough vitamin C that, it will create if it is real allergic to, it will create an allergy. And if you don't get any allergy, that means you are not going to get allergy.
And if you need to get me or Bernard or Jonathan or so on the phone as well.
Give a call because that's very interesting to know. I've never heard anybody, because vitamin C is so vital for your body function. You won't be alive if you have vitamin C deficiency.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Great question, Pam. Thanks so much.
Kind of disease. Vitamin C deficiency will cause so many diseases, you wouldn't know it.
Would be terrible. Okay, Lula Jester, then S. Tate. All right, Lula, go ahead.
Okay, this young lady is dealing with stage 3 liver cancer. She's concerned that the doctor told her not to worry about it because at this point, the cancer is dormant. And so the question is, should she worry about it? And what would you suggest for her to take?
I think my suggestion would be that, Jeff, you know that cancer protocol. I think Jeff has a cancer protocol that we provided, which is 3 times more than the preventive dose that you take daily for your health, general health, and which is 9 capsule morning, noontime, and evening, 27 capsule a day, or the 9 for this hydro. What do you call a stick?
Yeah, 9. It's actually, it would be 6 sticks. So it'd be 2, 4, 6. So 2, 3 times a day.
The
Or
doctor says she can't take any kind of powder.
What? Powder's just
Yeah.
mixed with water. So it would be water.
Well, that's what she said. I'm just taking into consideration what she said.
Yeah,
What she said? I didn't hear what she said.
No powder.
No,
let's-
He told us stuff like Kool-Aid and different things that, like macaroni and cheese that come with powder. None of that. That's why we're asking this question. If it's dormant, should we pursue something or?
Yes, I'd get rid of it. I'd get rid of it. In fact, just reach out through Bernard or Jonathan.
Okay, I'll do that.
Of us, and we can walk her through. We do, gosh, sometimes 3 or 4 of these kind of calls a day.
Thank you.
People, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And this response has been fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, just amazing. So, S. Tate, you're next, and then Bali. S. Tate, go ahead. And then we're gonna switch it back over. S. Tate, your hand is up. There you go. Oh, somebody took it down. Did one of my co-hosts take down S. Tate's hand?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So go ahead, Bali. Bali, you're next.
Oh, I was trying to unmute. I couldn't unmute. This is S. Tate.
All right, S. Tate, go ahead. Your
Hi.
question.
I'm with a lady in one of my groups, and she has an issue with her brain. She said, I don't know if it's a brain cancer or what, but she's had seizures, but now she's pretty stable. And I'm trying to wonder what kind of protocol that you would suggest for her to take for her brain cancer or brain issue. You know, it's a growth in her brain.
But has been confirmed by MRI that it has a brain cancer?
It's a tumor, yeah, and I don't know if it's growing or not, but there is a growth.
Confirmed by doctor, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, brain is a tough in a way. Nobody has tried. We don't have experience, Jeff, with brain cancer, but because when you take for example, hydro, more like 3 capsules, little more than normally you will take, and then it may or may not accumulate in the brain sufficient amount to affect the growth of the cancer. So my suggestion would be, and nothing to lose under this scenario, 3 hydro in the morning, 3 in noontime, and 3 in the evening, and probiotics. And then let us know after a month how you are doing. Let Jeff knows, or Bernard or Jonathan know how you are doing. That's the only thing I can suggest.
Okay. Now, as far as the powder, what about the powder? If she wants to use the powder as opposed to taking the capsules, some people aren't good with taking capsules.
Powder can be put in a yogurt. Powder can be put in a yogurt.
Or water. You can mix it with water. In fact, I would suggest, because it's
much easier absorption.
Yeah, swish around in their mouth. Don't immediately just chug it. Don't drink it all down. Take a sip, swish it around in their mouth. Let it stay in the mouth longer, and it'll speed those micronutrients to the areas where it needs to take care of. And we've truly helped people that do have brain tumors.
Okay, so you're saying 1 stick in the morning, 1 stick in the afternoon. Oh, 3 sticks? 3 of the sticks.
Shake it up. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
a glass, 1 glass.
Okay, so I get the sticks as opposed to the capsules. So you're saying 3 of the sticks?
Yes.
Yeah, we're 3 timesing the dose. Anytime there's cancer, we have to 3 times that dose. And so it just says 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. Even on the side of the box, it says take 1 to 3 a day. And so we're saying, let's take 3, and then you 3 times that. That's 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, and 3 right before bed.
Okay,
You can get by with two, but yeah, depends on how aggressive you want to be. It needs to be at least 3 times the dose.
Okay, and how many probiotics?
Just two. One in the
Two.
morning, one in the evening.
2 in the morning, 2 in the evening. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Bali, you're next, and then we're kind of coming in on about 4 minutes left. Go ahead.
Hi, can you hear me?
Absolutely. We can see you too.
Oh.
Great.
Oh, you
Great to have
can. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm new to your products. My brother invited me on today, and I appreciate the information from Dr. Prasad because I'm currently reading the book Brainmaker by Dr. David Perlmutter, and it talks about balancing the microbiome for our brain health.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious about your supplements and what is the source of your ingredients? Where are they sourced, and are they tested for toxins?
Oh yeah, I mean our manufacturing guy is so big and so goes to thoroughly tested before he put in a capsule. So again, this is manufacturing issue, and I have visited their facilities and I fully trust them. They have been there forever, and it is I never saw such a huge production, and not only production facilities, but also how well they tested each ingredient and third party. And then before that to get happy, then they put in a capsule. So as far as the quality is concerned, I fully trust it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
All natural sources, very good questions. And yeah, they are the top of the top. My background is in that area. My family used to supply all of the empty vitamin bottles to the supplement industry in Utah, and I go back 35 years. Blake, our manufacturing partner, has been identified as probably top of the top as far as where he's sourcing the raw materials and everything. So very, very good question. And thank you for being interested enough to join us here at as the family. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go to Brenda, and then Roberta, it looks like is going to be the last one. Go ahead, Brenda.
Hi, Dr. Prasad, and hi, David. How are you doing? My question is about the steroids again, because steroid is a very, very strong drug that you can take, and it messes with the heart and different things like that. But the weight loss and the water weight that holds behind the tissue, it does not. I'm wondering, will that GLP-1 truly affect that situation to cause the body to jumpstart and the water weight and the weight go away?
Yeah, weight loss, I think that would be a good way to start it. I mean, that's very true. Because our product is first all natural. They are all tested in human, no toxicity. And they produce not only GLP-1, but they also produce GIP. And GIP is protect against potential toxicity of GLP-1 and in complement each other.
Okay.
So this is very important. And also we have a few herbs so that they not only reduces your appetite, but it also reduce the formation of new fat and also eliminate the rate at higher rate of removal, the fat which already exists in your body.
Yeah.
So scientifically speaking, it is going to be the best product for weight loss. Not only that, but if somebody has type 2 diabetes, is get immediately restored. Immediately means a month or two, restore the normal level of glucose and A1C.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Sure.
So exciting. So exciting. Roberta, just a quick question from you because it is the top of the hour already. Great to have your.
Hello, Dr. Prasad.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
You look wonderful. Hey, Brother Jeff, I guess my question is, and it's the same thing, but it's twofold. What product do a person take for overactive thyroid?
Well, this is a hyperactive thyroid is, again, the micronutrient, at least 2 micronutrient, the EMF that we have, and probiotics, minimum You must have those two.
Okay, and what if a person has their thyroid taken out and she's taking medication for the rest of her life because the doctor said she has to?
Sure.
So what is your recommendation?
I think again, it will not interfere with anything medication that she's taking for thyroid. And I'm sure she goes to check up every few months. And if doctor decides that she doesn't need it, then it's okay. But it will help. It will help. So if you take at least the micronutrient EMF and probiotics with prebiotics, that should be a good starting point.
Okay, just those two?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Minimum, just those two.
Minimum. Okay,
Minimum.
thank you.
Yeah.
Y'all have a blessed day.
Yeah,
Albert. So, yeah, that's where you go off there. And there is and I'm not sure, Jonathan Montgomery, I guess Victoria is his sister. I'm imagining he's not certainly.
Let's go with Victoria quick if we can. And go ahead.
Hi, I'm new to the Dr. Prasad's informational format. My name is Victoria. I got your name from a friend of mine named Tony, and he sent me your information. So my question is, I've just been diagnosed with breast cancer for the second time, and no one in my family has cancer. And so I'm just at a loss of, how could this?
Yeah, many people who had breast cancer responded very well with our what we call a high dose antioxidant. And the reason is because Jeff has the protocol, and what it does because cancer cells require 2 nutrients to survive, no matter what kind of cancer cell you have, prostate, lymphoma, melanoma, doesn't make difference, or breast cancer. As long as it is a cancer cell, they require 2 nutrients for survival, glucose and glutamine. And in experimental data shows that if you don't give in where the cells are growing in a vitro model in petri dishes, and if you deprive them with glucose, all will die 100%. If you deprive them with the glutamine, 100% will die. But problem is that some antioxidant will inhibit glucose uptake, some antioxidant will inhibit the glutamine uptake. And so that's why we have in our formulation, we use a multiple antioxidant, so both get a stop at the same time, and cancer cell will die. It doesn't make difference. And if you are going to radiation or chemotherapy, go ahead and do it. It will reduce their side effect as well as enhance their effectiveness. But probiotics also must.
So you're saying antioxidants and probiotics?
High dose antioxidants, not the preventive dose.
Have Tony reach out. I'd love to have a conversation, whether it's Jonathan, Bernard, whomever. We've got some great suggestions for you. Too much to cover right now on the call, but thanks for sneaking in right here at the very end, Victoria.
No, I think you will see that many people who had even triple negative, which is very resistant to all kind of therapy, they have responded very well, because tumor cell doesn't care what kind of tumor it is.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you have a tumor, you will die if you don't get glucose and glutamine.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So how do I get access to this?
Just
talk to Tony.
Tony. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
But Jeff, unfortunately, we are out of time.
Thanks for taking my question.
You bet.
You're welcome.
Okay. Take one more.
All right.
Oh, Dr. Prasad said one more. Alfreda.
Okay.
Go ahead.
She's your old friend.
Yep. Alfreda, go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad. I consider you a great friend too. I had one question, and it was regarding taking the EMF and probiotic for cancer, and it is breast cancer. It blocks the glucose and glutamine, or did you say glutamate?
No, glutamine.
Glutamine. Okay. So, and then with the GL Boost contains glutamine, right? Is that correct?
I don't remember the formula, but it does make difference. Glutamine has many biological functions.
Okay, because she wanted to know, would there be a conflict? Because she wanted to
No,
also.
if she's not overweight, she doesn't have to take a GLP boost.
No, but she's taking it to balance her hormones because she's estrogen positive breast cancer.
Yeah,
But-
no, GLP-1 and GLP-2 is not has anything to do with estrogen or progesterone. And so I would say that if after the cancer is resolved, and then you worry about this kind of stuff. So right now, most important thing is high dose of antioxidant, and Jeff is experienced, and Bernard or Jonathan, we consult with them and follow their advice because they have my protocol. And
right.
And so those two things is a must. High dose antioxidant like micro daily EMF, higher dose, not preventive dose, plus micro daily EMF. Don't take collagen peptide if you have a cancer.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Well,
Okay.
Yes. Are you still on?
Okay.
Dr. Prasad. Well, Dr. Prasad, on a personal level, everyone on this call would just like to thank you for taking time out and coming on these calls. We try to have them once a month where they can ask any question that they want. And we try to make sure we can get to most people. We can't get to everybody. But I just wanted, in behalf of the rest of us, that there are a lot of us that are really reaching out to get the word out, that Engage Global products are different than anything we've seen out there. And there's nowhere else that I've seen that we can go that we can actually read about you on the internet. Bring up Google, we bring up your name, you're all over the place. We bring up your books, you're on PubMed over 300 times that, and it's just incredible. Sometimes y'all may feel that Dr. Prasad recommends that certain things with certain products or whatever, and some people may not realize this. There are new people on here all the time. And those new people that are coming on really need to hear the basics of those few products that we have. They really give you the balance that you need to grow back healthy. Because right now, people are getting sicker and sicker. And there are the experiences. And Jeff, I think you have, I'm going to kind of patch it on to you. Jeff has the testimonial weekend that people are actually coming on and telling their stories. And we know facts tell and stories sell when it comes to really getting you to try something.
And Jeff, I was exactly on this topic, high dose antioxidant. I was invited through the Zoom call International Meeting of Cancer in England. And I have submitted the abstract. And if you want, I will send you the abstract. And so, again, I thank you, Jeff, for teaching me. And we will have, again, a practice session
on Tuesday.
Yes. So that will be good. This is very interesting. That's the first time I will be exposed my work in an international audience. And we have published it, but some people read it, some people don't. But international audience will be all over the country, from all over the world.
And you're our very own Dr. Prasad. You're ours. Remember that. So thank you everybody tonight for such an incredible opportunity to get here, ask and answer a bunch of questions. I've posted it in the chat here, the link to that 10-minute video. We have 10 days left until GLP-1 Boost launches. 10 days left, and so buy two, get one free. It's there. Thanks again, everybody, for being part of this. Bernard, I'll let you close it up as we say goodbye. So go ahead. There you go.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Just want to remind everyone that there are a lot of good experiences that are coming into us daily, actually. And so the product doesn't work in your mouth. So you want to make sure that you stay with your routine and keep everyone informed as to your progress. Whoever introduced you to this, they love you out, obviously. Because there's so many people. As a matter of fact, I just got a phone call of someone that passed away, and I wish we could have gotten to them before. And who knows what Dr. Prasad products could have done. But nevertheless, we'll never find out with that person. So don't underestimate the value of just talking about how well our products work, especially in a world that's growing sicker and sicker. Dr. Prasad, would you like to close out with anything? Because everybody on here, by the way, is looking to go out and talk to people about your products. What would you like to say to everybody on here?
No, I mean, thank you and Engage family who are working hard to spread this message. of health and benefit, health and wealth as well. I mean, many people are getting financially comfortable as well. But and anytime anybody needs, as you know, Bernard, I'm always available for you to help your questions. And if I can't answer it, if I don't know, then I will say I will do research and I will answer your question.
Very good. So, Doc, so just a reminder, during the week, some of you, we have the calendars and there are little programs during the week that you may tap into. So thank you so much, Jeff, for your excellent participation. All the ones that actually took care of the Zoom, we thank you also.